remember when I was a kid and I played Hot Wheels, a game that did some pretty clever things with a bunch of JPEGs. It was like they were taking actual rooms and inserting pictures, making the track and other obstacles, and it kind of looked really good. But later down the line, they were like, nah man, we can make real games, and they did. Unfortunately, too many of them didn't really stick around. Nowadays, we have the Unleashed series, and for some reason I feel a little nervous every time I hear that, but I believe the reception was that it didn't suck. But what if you came up with a similar concept, controlling a little car while exploring the world, albeit a regular room in a house, and seeing what fun you can come up with when it comes to your imagination? Well, that's what we're going to be seeing here today with Pocket Wheels. Welcome, my observant indie hunters, and thank you for joining me on the observation deck. Boy, do I have a game for you all. This little game is called Pocket Wheels, developed and published by Florian Wolf, with music composed by Popski, whose chiptunes are now an earworm and I can't seem to get it out of my head. I must be old or something because chiptune sounds pretty good. I know I was born in the 90s, but goddamn. You can find both of their links in the description. I suggest following Florian Wolf's Twitter along with Popski. Plus, Popski has a SoundCloud. Those are where a lot of his music are. He does have a YouTube just as well. Go and visit them and also become enamored by his music. It's a lot of chiptunes. There's a lot going on there, but I just still can't get it out of my head. I don't know what's going on. I must be trying to go through some sort of nostalgia midlife crisis or something. Now, Pocket Wheels, I have some things to say about this game. A lot of them are good because I've been hit by the biggest nostalgia bomb that I haven't had in a long while. Pocket Wheels feels like if you take the people who made the Hot Wheels game and turned it into free roam. Along the way, they decide to give the car a jump and a glide and a boost so that they can traverse the entirety of the world much easier. They would then put secret missions everywhere so that you can have collectibles, kind of like Super Mario 64, and have the aesthetics of the entire world look colorful like a child's imagination. And don't get me wrong on the comparisons here, this is actually a compliment to Pocket Wheels, because when I was a kid, I really loved Hot Wheels. No, like really, I really loved Hot Wheels. I had that big wheel thing where you could put all of your cars in. I had that. I don't even know where my Hot Wheels are now. I might want to just go and check the attic. Now, since this is just a demo, I can only say so much about the game itself. But if you want to be updated on its development, Florian, the game creator, has a Twitter, like I said before. Also, I will try to stay updated and put it into my Discord if you want more information. I will do that until the game comes out in full, then I will stop doing updates on its development and just leave it to the developer themselves to implement updates onto my Discord if they so choose to do so. I'll ask them whether or not they want to do something like that, but usually it's a matter of implementing a Twitter alert into a Discord via a bot. So I could probably do it. Who knows? Anyway, I myself am interested to see where this all goes, seeing how a lot of my time in my youth was, well, I actually went outside. But whenever it rained or I was not allowed to go outside, I was a good boy, don't even think about that. I would turn on our email machine and try to play Hot Wheels Stunt Driver. And as you can see here, they look nothing alike when it comes to graphics. But I had a hell of a time replaying this very game over and over on that stupid little machine. This was Hot Wheels' second game, I believe, but nonetheless, I had a lot of fun, even if I could beat it in 30 minutes. I imagine Florian had a similar experience using his imagination and playing with little toy cars, doing what boys do, using the environment of a room inside a house to make a conceptual world for your little vehicle to drive through. And for what he can tell us himself, Florian is a 32-year-old German web developer who he alone must be making Pocket Wheels. And I'm only saying this because I can relate to Florian. I'm around the same age. There was no internet. Whenever you wanted to have fun, you had toys or going outside. Video games was a luxury your parents allowed you to do when you got good grades and didn't start a fight at school. Again, I was a good boy. I didn't get punished a lot. There was always outside reasons why. Yeah, I was a good boy. I swear. So apparently Florian took 3D platforming, racing, and tiny sized characters and made Pocket Wheels out of that. And if you look real closely, you'll find a tiny character in one of those vehicles. There doesn't seem to be a story, so to say, but a bunch of little games for your little car to drive through, a tunnel where you can race to the end, a race to the finish avoiding lava, which is the floor, and collecting coins along the way to buy even more cars. Like this Hot Rod, this Lambo, this plushie on a skateboard? I don't know if this is a reference to something. You guys have to tell me what this is. But you also have a little RC racer, a motorbike, and yep, even the magic school bus, baby.
Seatbelts, everyone!
Cruising on down Main Street, you're relaxed and feeling good. Next thing that you know, you.
This dinosaur has to be a mascot or something. Not only is it on a hoverboard, the dino is also a secret hidden character in another dimension, only seeable through a pair of glasses on this table, and is the true driver of the Magic School Bus.
Come on, ride on the Magic School Bus.
To tell you the truth, while I was playing this game, I started having flashbacks when I was a kid. Believe it or not, I played with Hot Wheels all the time. I know, shocker, right? I'm a boy in America playing Hot Wheels, little cars and all that other stuff, because they try to insert it into our lives all the time. Because, you know, I went outside most of the time though. I mean, if you go back and see all those old Hot Wheels commercials, they were trying to tell little boys something. But whenever I wanted to play by myself, my imagination would kick in, and suddenly my little car was now driving through a city called my living room, or the couch, or the windowsill, or my bedroom, or the kitchen, or the family table, or my parents' bedroom, or the walls. Nothing wasn't a road for my Hot Wheels. The cat chased my cars. I didn't like that. I even had those little roads that you could put together, and I tried to make an elaborate one that went throughout the house. Yeah, my parents didn't appreciate that one. They quickly took away a lot of my tracks, and I could only use it every once in a while. But if there was one thing that I did as a child, it was the floor was lava. I know a lot of you guys probably did that back in the day as a kid, standing up on the couch and your parents telling you not to do that. But the floor was lava, so... Well, let's get back into the game. While racing around, you have a boost that recharges over time, and you can take these vials for a quick reload. Combine the boost with the glide feature, and you have a functioning flying car. Makes me wonder if loops will be in the game as well. But with that, you can practically go anywhere within the room. Florian even says that this game was basically the childhood dream of imagining adventures with your toys inside the house. See what I said there? See the nostalgia? See what I was talking about the whole entire time? Even the darn school bus, which even I had as a kid, was part of my childhood's imagination. I find it odd that I had a school bus toy when I was a kid. I imagine other people had one too. Why did they give us a little toy school bus? Why? Anyway, Pocket Wheels does a wonderful job taking me back to those times, from using the car to push a ball, having tracks in the living room, tripping over my parents, and even pretending tables were buildings or mountains while the tracks in the house were the highways. Hot Wheels did it the best, and if you look through Google and you wanted to see awesome tracks, oh boy, you will see some pretty awesome tracks. I also love the fact that you can fight with your car, as there was a mission where you had to fight some robots on top of a building. Kind of reminds me of that Speed Racer movie. I didn't hate it. There was also the tunnel mission where you had this whole 3D platforming thing, avoiding different cars and obstacles while jumping. Yes, the cars can jump, and driving your way to the finish. I also love the little town that's present in the game. It reminds me of the time I used cardboard to make my own city for my own little cars. Of course, they were Hot Wheels, and of course, those cardboard little buildings did not last a day. You'll find stuff like this all over the demo, becoming obstacles and ramps that turns into roads for you to race on, and to be honest, since I'm talking about racing, I would love to see something like multiplayer racing, maybe in the future, in the main game, when you fully release, maybe? Huh? Florian? Or even better, a mode where you can make your own track, like Little Big Planet karting? Yeah, I'm putting that game out there. You guys probably don't remember Little Big Planet karting, but it was actually a pretty good racing game. It was pretty darn solid, but it also had a make your own track feature where you can make your own tracks, kind of like how in Little Big Planet you can make your own levels. I'm going to be honest right now, I'm kind of missing the PS3 times, even when they were expensive when it came out, but you know, it had a PS2 backwards compatibility when it first came out in the early age of PS3. And I think during those times, video games were coming out with banger after banger, seeing how it was coming out of the golden age, things were looking pretty good. The only console that was having you pay for internet was Microsoft. PlayStation 3 had free internet, and the Nintendo, well, the Nintendo was coming out with the Wii. dang, I miss those times, but I need to focus. What is with this game? It's having me just nostalgia bomb all over the place. I imagine that Pocket Wheels is not finished and there's still to be more to be developed, because as I was driving around, I feel as though there was a little twisted metal in there. You get what I'm saying here? A little car rumble action. We already have fighting in the game, so it would kind of make sense if there was a game mode like that. Not to mention that the one race that you do have within the demo is pretty good. I imagine when the full game comes out, there are going to be other rooms where you have natural surfaces for these roads to be in. So I'm really looking forward to these races. When the full release comes out, it'll be fun, while also getting the main collectibles, which are the batteries and the coins. The batteries literally open up a giant door that goes to the next room of the house. But when you collect the batteries and you try to open the door, the demo ends, unfortunately. And to be honest, I think it was a bit too short. I was honestly hoping to see a bit more. But let's recap, shall we? Pocket Wheels has a huge hit of nostalgia for car games that were present back in the day. The cartoon style that it presents looks nice and the physics works very well. Some trouble on the landing here and there, but for the most part, it works fine. I mean, sometimes when I land from a jump, I veer sharply to the left sometimes, but it works fine. The only thing I can really say, however, is that the demo is a little too short and a little too sparse. Like, it gives me a taste, but not a bite. What I got from the demo is that Florian has an amazing foundation for his 3D platforming racing game with small toy cars featuring the famed mascot dinosaur plush, but it leaves me wondering what Florian has up his sleeves. And to be fair, I have to blame modern times where you get free-to-play games and demos are usually big and free trials usually last for 100 hours. Yes, I play Final Fantasy XIV. Since this felt more like a concept demonstration, being able to roam the room and doing a little bit of the side missions that they give you, the tunnel, the racetrack, the floor is lava, and being able to switch out cars while earning coins and batteries along the way. I didn't even go into details with the different cars, but that's for a good reason. None of them felt different. They all felt like they played the same. Like, yeah, you could play as other cars, but they didn't have any special unique features with any of them. Maybe aesthetically they did, but not gameplay wise. Perhaps more mini games would have felt more satisfying, and no, the game does not need a story. If it needed a story, there wouldn't be a whole bunch of other racing games where you just turn that thing on and off you go. So I can appreciate that it's mainly focused on gameplay. Though I feel it's too early to make any guesses, and though I liked the demo, it has me wondering if there's anything more, which is probably the point. But I'd say the best rating I could give is a keen eye. A keen eye means that you need to keep an eye on the game. It's not something I can fully recommend in looking into, only because the demo didn't give me too much, but from what I've played, I have high hopes for it. Being a 3D racing game, it can be kind of complicated to develop something like this, especially when you have physics in mind. And due in part that this game is literally being made by one guy, I can only say that people need to have patience for this game to come out. I, on the meantime, will throw on some Popski, because I don't know what it is about that music, but if you listen to some of the soundtracks, it sounds pretty good. A lot of it really does fit a video game aesthetic, and I even asked permission to put his music into the video, and hopefully I represented it well. Again, if you want to follow the development of this game, it is called Pocket Wheels and it's being made by Florian Wolf. I would suggest following Florian Wolf's Twitter if you want more updates on Pocket Wheels. I will also put into my Discord many of Florian Wolf's updates on the game, and just the game, not all of his tweets, just the game. So, what do you guys think? Have you played the demo? And if you haven't, are you going to play the demo? Are you into these kinds of things? And have you played Hot Wheels? Sorry, I'm still stuck on that. But anyway, that was Pocket Wheels. Keep a keen eye out for it, and I hope to see you guys next time. Happy hunting!